Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Widgets and Wonders. Today we're taking a look at Genesis Battle of Champions by Haunted Castle Games, a local Canadian company. My buddy Carl Lilly came down to show it to me, and this is really cool. It's like a miniature skirmish game using cards. They are planning on doing some like standee stuff too, and we'll give you a show how this works. It's basically like a battle arena game. Part deck builder, part battle arena, part resource management, and I really enjoyed it. So this is made by some local folks. Haunted Castle Games have had this out for a while now, and it has 8 masters currently available. There's some neat deck building sort of mechanics and stuff, and a whole bunch of like actually on table moving, strategizing, and beating each other up. So I'll go through the basic anatomy of a card, the turn structure, and then Carl and I will play a game. So this is like a weird Widgets and Wonders because we're actually going to do like a demo and play a game too. It's not quite a let's play. It's more like a this is a weird one because it's like it's components and it's things and it's a game, and I want to do it all together in one. So anyway, let's take a look at the game, take a look at the components, run through the core mechanics, and then jump in and play around. So here we go. Let's take a look at some core mechanics and sort of the anatomy of a card for Genesis Battle of Champions. So you got your champion card. So what I have here is I have the 2 champions that come in the source. This is Malik. And you can see here he's got his wounds. That's how much damage he can take before he dies. You lose the game. He's got his aura, which is how many fun bucks, like Monopoly money, he gets for doing spells and summoning people. And then he has his reduction, and that's actually, because he's a brawler, he pays less for cards that require him to burn his deck. So his deck is a little more robust. So whenever you have to flip cards out of your deck basically to pay for something, he flips 1 less. Then there's his awareness, which is he faces directly in front of himself and punches things to death. Then there's his core abilities down here. That is his Swift, so he can do that on top, like basically in response or at the end of activations and stuff. He can just attack somebody for 2 damage, but it exerts him. And then as an action, he can do a heavy attack, but it costs him, he has to take 2 damage and exert himself to do 4 damage. So during his activation, he can do a bunch of damage. There's his affiliations. He can basically add cards to his deck that have the same affiliation. So you can see here, this Fire Elemental has this affiliation. And when he's building his deck, he has to balance the chi of his deck, but also the cards that he can add, because it's all the cards are universal. They just have to be from the same sort of like colors. Think of it as like colors in a deck building game. And then this top symbol up here is what set this is from. So all of the cards in a single set basically are compatible, and you can mix and match them across the different champions. Then Raha, she's an archer. You can see she has different affiliations for her deck construction. She has 22 health, she has 95 for her aura, so she has more fun bucks to spend typically because she's a little more dodgy. And she also, because she's a fighter, has a reduction of 1. Her awareness though is amazing. She can see basically all 3 directly ahead of herself and 1 extra one because she's a shooter, so she's got a little more ranged ability. Her Swift is just a ranged attack. It exerts her, does 2 damage to target her awareness, but her awareness is so big that that's like really powerful. And then her second Swift is an area range attack, but it costs her cards, so she exerts and she flips 3 cards, but only 2 because she has a reduction. You deal 1 range damage to everything in your awareness. So she does like a volley fire basically. And these are the 2 champions. And then what I've got in front of me is I've got Malik's deck. And Malik's deck is a variety of different cards. So you could have spells like Rejuvenating Spring. It's a red card. It means that as a Swift, you or a target around you can gain 3. So you can actually do it because this game uses a stack method where you can respond to an attack or something like that by boosting something's health. But it'll cost you 2 cards, you flip 2 cards, and you also it costs you 12 of your aura, so your fun money, out of the 80 that he has, and it costs him 3 cards flipped from his deck, but of course only 2 because he's got a reduction of 1. And so I've got 50 cards in my deck. The other things you have to balance is your chi. Basically, you have to have 50 cards, they have to add up to 250 chi, and your chi cost here is 6. So you'd want to have, when you have your 50 cards, you want to have another card to pair with this. It's usually a 4, and that adds up to 10 overall. And then your summons are things like this Fire Elemental. You'll see they have a health, so he has 3 health. He also has a chi cost and an awareness, just like a big guy does, and he'll go onto the arena and fight just like the champions do. And then he has an action, which is Beckon. So when this card's in your hand, as an action for your champion, you can spend 13 of your aura to bring him on. He gets placed facing the same way and adjacent. So in one of these, so like if I'm here, one of these would be adjacent to me. And then he has an attack, which is Swift. He can do 3 damage to target its awareness. And he's always weak to water because it's all Battle Beast, Fire, Water, Wood. If you take damage from something that's the opposite element, you'll take extra. So he takes +1 damage when he gets hit by it. And he's this color card. So for instance, Raha couldn't include a Fire Elemental because she doesn't have this affiliation. And there's other actions too. Essence Drain. It's not really a a Swift, it's an action, so I have to do it during my turn, but you can suck the life out of something and give it to yourself, or things like a dodge. This one's a Swift, so if someone attacks you, you can dodge and then advance out of the way. And you're going to mix and match these during the turn. You'll have a 5-card hand and then draw one at the start of each round. And the basic dynamic of the turn is pretty simple. Your champion's going to start here in the opposite space to your opponent, and then you'll roll 2d6 to see who is the first player, and they'll remain the first player for the whole game. During the turn, first you move. So moving is any adjacent square, but you maintain your facing, and you get one 90-degree pivot. So you can move once, turn once. So you'd have to move twice, basically, to 180 in your square. If you do a single move, then you can make as many actions as you want. So you can do actions, take swifts, and pass. But if you move again, that counts as your action phase, and you basically can only do swifts and then end your activation and exert yourself. And every character will activate and do that on the board over the course of a round. At the end of the round, anybody can play swifts, basically. So if you moved a bunch of people into range, as long as there were people in range that weren't exerted, they could do all their swifts at the end of the round. And the rounds go until one of the other champion is dead. And that's the basic core mechanics of the game. Now, you do get all that on cards in the box set as well. So if you want to check out the core mechanics, they'll be all printed there. And it's, of course, available online and stuff, too. So we're going to put together our decks, the 2-starter decks to come in the Malik and Raha starter set, and throw down and play a game. Now, the starter set does come with a poster mat. This one's a nice, cool neoprene mat that Carl brought in for me to check out. But you do get one that you can play with. It's just as functional. And I've got my pre-constructed deck here of aura cards. You can see it's just Monopoly money, basically, and you just give yourself change out of the pile when you spend them. So let's throw down and see who's gonna win the day here, Raha or Malik. All right, so we're gonna throw down Malik against Raha in my first, I guess technically my second, this is my second game, of a Genesis Battle of Champions. So 2d6 roll to see who's going first, I believe it was. Well, I don't think I'm going to beat 11. Let's try that. No, Snake Eyes will not do it, so you are first player. So, structure of the game. First thing we're going to draw are 5-card hands. Champions are deployed. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. And I got my other cards over here. So this is my aura. I have 80 aura on Malik, which I can use to do summons, cast spells, generally be annoying. You've got what on her? 195. All right. So we're both kind of fighters, not wizards. And you're taking the first turn, so you can advance. If you want to advance again, you lose your action. You can only do swifts. We can advance one.
And I'm going to summon a water elemental.
A water elemental. Okay.
Then exerted.
So first action. Yep.
That cost me 13.
So spending 13 in your aura, which we just take out of our the aura cards are kind of like Monopoly money. You just spend your fun bucks and take change if you have to.
And that's all I'm going to do.
Sweet, so she's done. So that's your first turn. So I got some cool things I could do. I got a couple monsters I could summon. I got some swifts I could do. Malik's more of a fighter than a lover, though, so he's going to probably just start getting into the war. So he's going to go 1. Now, you have a threat range like this. You are super, super aware. And I don't want to die. So I think what we're going to do is we are just going to move up 1, and for our action, we're going to spend, let's say 13 to bring in a fire elemental. So spend our fun bucks, 1, 2, 3, and 10. And they go away. He's activated, and then do I want to activate anything else? I could, but I won't. So that's me activated, and that's our first round. So all the activations come off, and you are first player for the game, which means you will always be going first. I will always know. It means I can set traps with swifts and stuff, which is kind of cool.
Okay, I'm going to activate the water elemental.
It does do extra damage to me.
And I will come here.
And turn.
And I will attack you for 3.
Oof, and I'll take 4 because I am water weak.
You can respond to that with anything swift.
I could respond with a swift, so... Yeah, I think I will, because I can boost health. So I'm going to Rejuvenating Spring.
Okay. Onto
the stack, so it goes on top of the attack stack. It's going to cost me 3 cards, because I burned 3 cards, and 12.
You do have a reduction of...
Oh, that's right, it only cost me 2, that's right, it cost me 1 less. And so I do a reduction of 1, that's right, because I'm a fighter. But it does cost me 12 of my dollar dues for my aura. So we'll both go to 6.
You or
Sorry, we go to 3. That's right. Yeah. So he'll go to 6 then and take 4.
to 6, and that gets resolved.
Takes 4 and goes down to 2.
Yep.
I live.
And then I'm exerted.
And you're exerted.
And now it's your turn.
It is my turn. Well, we died a little, but we didn't die totally, which is pretty sweet. So I think we just walk up and make a punch. Yeah, we just walk and make a punch. So we're going to walk. I can also punch him and just kill him. Because he's air weak. We'll still take 3 potentially, and he can't swift right now because of his being exerted. I could swift, however. No, I think we do that. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and then swift to do a punch, which is 3 damage.
Okay, so I'm going to put my swift attack on the stack. You are still in my awareness.
Yep.
So I can target you. So I will do 2 points of damage to you.
So we both die.
This happens first.
Oh, that happens first. That's right, because it's a swift. Oh,
So
I'm a fool.
The 2 things that need to be true is there needs to be a target
That's right.
and the source. So my attack goes through first, doing 2 points of damage.
That's right. If I just turned on it, I would have died there anyway. It didn't matter where I went. I would have died because you could have swifted me basically in any of these squares.
Yes.
Sweet. So he's dead. And it resolves first, and
I
that
am exerted
farm
because
allows.
I put my attack.
Well, that part is sweet, however.
Now it's Malik's turn.
Now it's Malik's turn. So Malik's going to go. He is going to use 15 of his fun bucks. So we're going to put in 25 and take out 10
You don't want to
from his aura. Oh, I do want to move first. That's right, yeah. I'm going to... do I want to move first? Yeah, I'll move 1. Like that. I'm going to bring in a Skeleton King, facing the same direction as me, and he's exerted for that 15. Skeleton King summons where a previous minion was killed this round, which is kind of cool. And then we're going to... Do I want to do that as well? Yeah, we're going to spend 3 life. Down to 17 left, because I have 30 normally, because I'm a big beast. 2, bring in a ghoul. And when the Death Reader enters the arena, it kills target summon around it with remaining 3 or less health, so he's going to die.
So you have to bring it in one of the 4 spots.
Oh, adjacent. Oh, okay.
And then it's anything around the death.
So it could be there. It could be there. It could still kill you. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. And then and he's summoned like that, and then I guess I'm done. So he's all activated.
Okay. That's everybody?
Yep.
End of round.
And around, draw a card.
Draw a card.
And you are first.
So I'm going to back up.
As you do.
And I'm going to play Guided Arrow. Which I got to burn 1 card.
Okay.
And it deals 1 point of damage to a target in this awareness.
Cool. So
it takes 1.
Goes down to 2 left.
And then I will do my swift attack of 2 to finish it off.
To finish it off, can I do anything to stop that? No, and no, and no. It doesn't look like I can. So it is dead. Bye, Skeleton King.
And your exert tokens come off.
Oh, that's right, yeah, I can start a turn. Well then, I guess we go with Malik. And we're going to go 1, 2. And then, sorry, 1 actually. And then we're going to summon a Hunting Hound. Here. For 5. So I spend $5 on that. And they're both done. And then we're going to go with the Death Eater, and he's going to go 1, 2. It's going to be done. New round. come off, yeah. What you got, Raha? Back in that corner.
There's not too many places you can hide.
Nope. So she's got to come up if she wants to hit me, because her awareness is going to only be these. And that puts her in charge range of pretty much everybody. And she's got no summons out right now, so she's going first. But you have a lot of cards in your hand, which means you could have some shenanigans to do.
That's the idea. So I'm going to go 1 and 2. And I'm going to put my... I'm going to attack for 2. So I exert myself.
Cool. It goes down to 2.
And so you didn't want to respond to that attack? You don't have to.
No, it exerts me, so I don't want to.
Okay. Then at the end of my turn, I can play Swifts. I'm going to play Gust.
Try and push him.
So it does 2 damage.
It's a spell.
Which would kill it. It is a spell.
Okay, I'm going to play Mystical Protection, which is a Swift for 10. Can't be targeted by spells.
Okay.
So it doesn't work. And that looks like him done. So it's back to me. We're going to go Death Eater. And he's going to go 1, 2, and turn. And then Swift to hit you for 3. He becomes exerted. And then we'll go 1, 2, pivot. And then Swift to basic attack for 2. And that puts you down to 17. And he's also exerted. And then it's going to be Hunting a Hound. And he's just going to go 1, 2, I think. Or 1 and be done. Because I just want to keep you from getting too slippery. I don't want to be in your fight zone. Nah, whatever. We'll go to here. We'll go to here and chase you down. Now I got turn.
Okay.
These come off. No longer exerted.
All right.
I'll draw a card. Hey.
I'm going to turn this way.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to start by playing Dedicated Studies.
Okay. What does that do?
I draw cards
Draw card.
and then discard cards.
Cool.
So I got to burn 1, and I draw 2, and then I have to discard 2. So I'll discard that one and discard.
Try and clean up your hand, get something you like.
Yeah. Go discard that one. All right. First things first. I'm going to play Chain Lightning.
Chain Lightning. Who's that on?
So Chain Lightning does 3 points of damage to a target in its awareness. So this spot here.
And then change somebody else.
2 points of damage to a target around it. So
Cool.
the Hunting Hound. And then 1 point to a target around it. So back to Malik. So it'll be 3, 2, 1.
Awesome. I'm going to put Mystical Protection down for 10. And that goes on the stack and resolves first, so we can't be targeted by spells.
So that fizzles.
But I'm getting real low. Getting real low on dollary dues.
I will play Shoulder Throw.
Okay. So attack the ghoulie behind me.
So it does 2 points of damage to him.
Okay, well, I will Swift to attack you and exert myself to do 3.
Okay. So I'm down to 14.
And then he takes 2 and dies.
Dead. Then I will play. Well, you still have that Mythical Protection on you. Right? Okay.
Yeah, sorry, does that stay into the round? Oh, that's right into the round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So In that case, then I will do my area attack. So I burn 2 cards and deal 1 point of damage to everything in my awareness. So Al takes 1, the Hound takes 1.
Both take 1, yeah. So he's at 1, he's at 26. Then you're done. Well then, let's keep murdering, because it's what we do. So we're gonna go 1, and then Swift for 2. And then we are going to make the stabs, I believe, with the boss man. He's going to do a heavy attack, so he's going to exert. And do I want anything first? No. Just going to.
You want to still be in my awareness?
Yeah, but I can't. If I move too far, I can't do it. So that's probably. Then I'm only doing 2, which I don't want to do. I can't be targeted by spells. I mean, it does make you turn around. I don't know how many shoulder throws you have. No, I like you where you are. I'll stay in your awareness. And yeah, just exert, take 2. Go down to 24.
Do 4 to me.
Do 4 to you. So you're down to 8. And then I'm going to spend 13. Sorry, I did burn. How many cards for that? 1? No, it's just exert. That's right. Oh, I should have done this first. That's right, because exert ends my turn, doesn't it? I should need to summon before I do that.
Yeah, so technically you do any actions before.
Yeah. So I just need to do it back in before I do that. So I'm going to bring in an Earth Elemental. Right there. And now I'm done. So I'll come off. And draw a card.
Okay, that's done.
Yeah, it's gone.
And he hits harder than he does, so I'm going to come here.
Okay.
And I'll play Guided Arrow. That does 1 point of damage. And
Yeah,
then
takes
my
him to 2.
attack does 2.
Okay, kills him. Sweet. Well, let's go 1, 2. And hit you for 2.
Okay, I'm going to play that.
Okay, cast an air shield, which is burn 2 cards plus $3.
And I take 1.
Take 1 instead. And I'm going to go 1, 2, and then hit you for 2.
I'm going to respond to that attack with a gust. So I'll spend 22 and get 10 back.
And I get pushed back 1.
You take 2 damage and get pushed back 1.
Okay, so I just take 2 damage, you take nothing. I'm at 22. Tier 7. Cool, in turn.
I'm getting thumped this time.
I don't think so.
Let's see. Yep, I go 1, 2, and attack the Hound.
Okay, Hound can't do jack because you're not facing you, so he just dies. All I can do is go 1, 2, and just stay there.
Okay. Next round.
Next round.
Okay. I'm going to play that.
An Angel's Kiss. What does that do?
12. Gives me 4 hit points back.
Oof.
I'll go back up to 11. And then I will hit you for 2.
Down to 20. All right. Well, let's go do the thing. I am going to just go 1, spend the 2 life, and exert myself to hit you for 4. So get rid of that heal you just did. 18.
Okay.
New round. Getting out the way.
Play a Guided Arrow.
Got air for 1, down to 17.
And then I'll hit you for 2.
Oh, down to 15. Oh, jeez. Well then, I'm gonna go like this. 1, 2, and don't want to do that. No, I'm just gonna turn for 1. I will concussion punch you, burning 2. Deal 2 heavy damage. The target concussion punches awareness. If it's dealt damage, they cannot move or rotate until the end of this round. It's okay, because you're always going first. And then I will summon, for 3 life, a Death Eater. Down to 12. And then I will spend 2 more health and exert to do 4 more damage. Down to 10.
Air shield.
Take 3 instead.
I'm on my last legs.
Down to 2, yeah. And I get to draw a card.
Can't do what I want to do.
Oh no.
Too close to the edge.
Too close to the edge of the board, yeah. Boxed in.
Yeah.
Boxed in by Malik and the Death Eater. Yeah. You're fighting the barbarian. I don't know, is he like an orc? Like what is Malik? Is he some kind of ogre? An Oni?
No. He's a chieftain of his tribe.
Sweet. Barbarian, cannibal, troglodyte, Superman.
Yeah, I don't think I can get out of this one.
No? We've done it, boys! We've got meat back on the menu. Go get him. You can punch me and make yourself feel better, or kill my Death Eater, maybe.
Well, I could do this. Rotate twice.
Mm-hmm. And shoulder throw me?
Shoulder throw.
Sweet.
But then you can respond to that.
Got nothing. I am at 2 fun bucks left. I'm not buying anything.
Well, I mean, technically you do have your...
Oh, I could just swift, but I exert through that, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
Oh,
gonna
you'd
bother.
exert, but I'd be dead.
Oh, you'd be dead. Yeah.
There's nothing else I could do.
That's true. Yeah. Well, we'll just do it, yeah. I'll exert and kill you.
Okay.
Ba-blam, that's game. So there we go.
What I wanted to do is bring you here.
Right, and then
I
shoot
can
me with
do
the
a
cards.
thrust
Yeah.
And do extra damage to you.
Right. Yeah.
But
It wasn't be able to do 10.
There was nowhere to run.
That's right. Yeah, and then this guy would have just gone and just killed you. Because he does 3. So there it is, our look at Genesis, the Battle of Champions. What I really like about it is I like that there's a spatial element. Like, we're not just throwing cards at each other and there's just a big line of like creatures in front of us, like in Magic. We actually had to move around. Yeah, it's really neat. I'm excited. You mentioned earlier that you were looking at doing like visual components and stuff for it too. Maybe at some point miniatures in the future, because I think this is one of those games where I like that there's an on-table tactics element, there's a resource management element, and then obviously there's this stuff too. And the champions felt different. Like, you felt dodgy and fast. Mm-hmm. I felt brawly, and like I was summoning my creatures to kind of like box you in and pen you in and stuff like that. So it was really neat. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching that. I'll link everything below, as I always do in Widgets and Wonders, so you can check out the set for yourself. Until next time, I'm Ash. Have a good night. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below so you get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirts, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Death Ray Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else, and most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.